Today, reports emerged of a new wave of intense strikes in a war-torn city. Entire neighborhoods were hit, leaving buildings in ruins and families displaced. At least a dozen people were confirmed dead, including several who had been searching desperately for food and water. In addition, dozens more have died in separate incidents, many of them due to hunger and exhaustion as supplies continue to run out. Humanitarian workers who tried to reach civilians trapped under rubble were also caught in the attacks, and even medical centers came under fire. Witnesses say the situation is becoming unbearable, with parents carrying malnourished children in search of help. Several journalists were also killed while documenting the devastation, a loss that has been strongly condemned around the world. In another part of the world, a nation announced a second round of presidential elections after no candidate achieved a decisive win in the first. The political climate is tense, and many observers believe this upcoming vote could reshape the nation's leadership and direction. After decades of rule by the same movement, people across the country are preparing for what could be a historic change, one that may alter not just politics but also the economy and social life for years to come. Meanwhile, tragedy struck in a region of West Africa, where a passenger boat sank while crossing a wide river. Over 40 people are still missing, and rescue teams continue to search the waters using small wooden boats and ropes. Families are waiting anxiously on the riverbanks, hoping their loved ones are found alive. This is being described as one of the worst accidents of its kind, exposing once again the dangers of overcrowded boats and unsafe river transport. In Eastern Europe, discussions about peace remain deadlocked. High-level meetings have been held, but no agreement has been reached. Leaders are said to be weighing possible territorial compromises and security guarantees, but for now the fighting continues. Many civilians in the region remain displaced, living in temporary shelters, uncertain when or if they can return to their homes. At the same time, a deadly explosion rocked a major industrial site in another part of Eastern Europe. The blast ripped through a factory, killing at least 20 workers and injuring more than 100 others. Thick smoke filled the sky as emergency responders battled fires and pulled survivors from the rubble. Authorities have described it as one of the most devastating industrial accidents in recent years, and investigations into the cause are still underway. In Central Africa, new efforts at peace have begun, with mediators hosting talks between government representatives and armed groups. Observers say this could be an important turning point after years of instability, conflict, and displacement. The peace process is fragile, but seen as a rare opportunity to bring relief to communities that have suffered for too long. In Northern Europe, officials reaffirmed their commitment to supporting nations under attack, saying no peace process can succeed without the direct involvement of those most affected. They also pledged to continue applying pressure on aggressors while providing aid and support to displaced families. In the Middle East, renewed discussions are underway aimed at disarming militant groups. Diplomats have called this a crucial opportunity to bring stability to a region that has long been plagued by violence. Elsewhere in the Middle East, investigators have begun unearthing suspected mass graves. These burial sites are believed to contain thousands of victims who were executed during years of terror and conflict. Families have long waited for answers, and authorities say the process of identification will be long and painful. Many survivors of the violence gathered near the site, holding pictures of missing relatives as excavators carefully dug through the ground. In southern Europe, the battle against wildfires continues. Over 20 major blazes are burning at once, fueled by scorching heat and dry winds. More than 500 additional soldiers have been deployed to help firefighters. So far, over 150,000 hectares of land have been destroyed this year, including farmland, villages, and natural reserves. Entire communities have been forced to evacuate, leaving behind homes and belongings as flames advance. Experts warn that if temperatures continue to rise, the destruction could reach record levels. And finally, in Central Asia, citizens marked the anniversary of foreign troops withdrawing and local authorities regaining control of the country. Large public gatherings were held in the capital, with people waving flags and remembering those lost during years of war. But beneath the celebrations lies a sense of uncertainty, as new global migration policies may affect citizens living abroad. Many fear their legal status could change, leaving families divided and futures uncertain.